Okay, so now you're starting to buzz. And was Heads High the big single that happened around this time?
Heads I came out after Nike here. I went to Danny Brownie. I saw a brethren, Goofy, another artist, and he told me about the beat. So when I went to Danny Brownie's studio, the beat was closed because those days, if the producer, if you're not from a camp, like if I was not around Dave Kelly's camp, or I was not around, just different producers with their own crew. You had Main Street crew and stuff like that. So when I reached there, the beat was closed. So I went to Danny Brownie's wife. And every day I just went to her, I just started begging her, yo, your husband got to record me on this beat, man. And one day he just called me and said, here's the beat. And he gave me the beat on a CD. And I went and I had Heads Eye chorus already prior to getting the beat. So I just wrote the verse. And when I was writing the verse, I kept hearing in my head, and then down, me at the crossroad, meet me at the crossroad. I started hearing that melody in my head, and that melody, I was like, I need something just melodious like this. So that is how skin and teeth, let me see it, if I saw from my bad and you never do it. So that is how that came about.
Yeah, that song I loved until I figured out what it meant. And then I kind of hated that song.
Technically, you're right, but it was just more than that. It's like, because in our culture back in the days, right? Like certain things are taboo, were taboo because it's no longer. So like the subject matter would have connected with especially the females, yeah. So back then, I could do a song like Hands Up, Girl from your nose say you never bow out, and it would be the biggest tune and you would get the crowd reaction. Yeah, so Heads Eye was along that line, but it was more like independence. Like, be independent. You don't have to, give a guy a head to get ahead.
Yeah, man, I was thinking about this the other day. I remember at one point I got with this girl and she said she doesn't give head. And I'm trying to think, when was the last time that had happened to me? It's like, how do you compete? It's like running a race with one leg. I mean, you'll eventually get to the finish line, but I mean, like.
She's just old school.
I mean, Jamaica's always been funny with this whole oral sex thing.
Right.
Right? For both men and women.
Right.
Right? But mostly it's more taboo for a man to do it to a woman than a woman to do it to a man. Right?
Right. It's I think now, I think of 20 years ago, 15 years ago, I remember when I did a song and I was like, come here juicy, and I was saying something about oral sex in the song. And I went on a stage and I was like, come off of that. It's like, yo, boy. And, but then I guess the revolution, Vybz Kartel revolutionized it, so it changed. So songs like Hands Up is no longer in my set because the girls like more accepting that they're like, pro oral sex.
I mean, look, in the song you say, girl, don't give him head and tell him that Vegas told you to do that. Have men ever approached you like, listen, man,
you know what's funny?
I don't get no head anymore because of you, because of your damn song.
You know what's funny? There was a writer from the Billboard.
Okay.
And she came to Jamaica when that song was #1 in Jamaica. And she said, this song will never cross over. And I said, yeah, you watch. Because I think the melody was so strong. Mm-hmm. That the subject matter was cool, yeah, but the melody was so strong and the beat is infectious. So I said to her, you watch, and it went top 20 in the British chart. And I think it went 70-something in the Billboard R&B chart.
Yeah, it was #5. The album was #5 on the US reggae chart.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and then did the movie Belly come out after that?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
With DMX.
And Sucky Ducky was in that.
Right.
Was that as big of a hit as Heads High?
No. The only song that challenged Heads High is I Am Blessed. Right, but I Am Blessed, we did not take it to radio. We did not put because the business started changing. It was less about radio and more about the internet era. So we didn't bother to because it was so popular in the base, I didn't go to radio with I Am Blessed. And plus it has a kind of church, or you say a religious vibe. So we didn't go to radio with it, but it is the only song that in my catalog that challenges Heads Eye. Even though Hot Walk and Broke It Down, they're like party anthems, but Heads Eye does stand supreme.
Well, that same year you won a MOBO award for
Right.
Best Reggae Artist.
Right.
How did that feel?
Was great, but I was very young at that time. I think being linked with a label in England and not with a VP Records, because I was scared to work with VP because of the narrative that was painted of VP Record. So I started working with Greensleeves, but they were based in England. So I could not get the same traction here in the US compared to what I was getting in England. And they could not capitalize on what was happening here in the US with Heads Eye. So when I did the MOBO and stuff like that, I didn't have proper management to take advantage of those opportunities, like the MOBO being performing on the MOBO Awards. Young artists, did not know much about performing compared to now. So it was that. I think I did not capitalize enough on having a song top 20 in the British chart. It was like, should have been out the waters. I remember that girl from Spice Girl, the one that married to Eddie Murphy. I don't remember her name.
She had a baby with Eddie Murphy.
Right.
Yeah.
She was, me and her was like real
Scary Spice. Yeah.
Scary Spice, and she was actually hosting with Wycliffe, and she was like, y'all need to do something with this kid, she and Wycliffe. Y'all need to do something with this kid. It's gonna be major.